that click means episode's going. That's all they really want. Let's do like an album that's like it's all
no words.
like it's all like chicken versions of songs. I feel like that was something like they've done stuff like that before. Oh, it part of the Muppets, I think.
Or like
Days
what's it
of
called?
Christmas.
What's
is
it called?
chicken.
Well, I was gonna say just the basis of that, like the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas album.
Yeah.
It's
Except
just
it's just
an
chickens.
annoying screeching songs that are good, and then they
Yeah.
just have annoying people screech them.
We could harmonize as a chicken. This is actually pretty good. My God.
This is
And
horrible.
everybody's turned off the
This
show
is horrible.
before it's even started.
Oh, that was not good.
Matthew,
No.
this year for Christmas, I'm telling you this now because give me your hand. And you know how serious this is because I'm letting you touch me.
You're cold.
Yeah. And now I've had too much of it. I've been pretty good with the gifts these past couple of years. What I'm going to give you this year, I don't think I'll ever be able to top.
Fuck.
For as long, and I'll look, I might be able to try, like in the coming years, but what I have gotten you for this Christmas, Matthew, as ravaged as your brain may get by CTE in the decades to come, you will never forget this gift that I am going to give to you on this Christmas day. I'm gonna take a video of it. It's gonna be when I put this idea together, because I was so worried coming into this Christmas about like what I'm gonna get you, because I want to continue, like I want to keep this run going of getting you good presents. I love like getting you stuff and you be like, oh my gosh, it's been such a joy for me, and I mean that very sincerely. But I don't think I'll be able to top what is gonna happen, what I'm gonna give you this year.
Now, you've inspired me. Because the Christmas gift that I got you was really, really good.
Yeah.
But I might have to get you something else. I already know what the other thing would be.
Okay.
But I pulled back a little bit.
Right. You savor. Hold on to this, okay? Because again, it's good.
But now
to
I'm
build
like,
up,
now I
build up on
gotta.
things.
Now I might have to.
Because
come
this
with some heat.
genuinely might.
I might sell our
genuinely
mom
might
and
be
dad's Christmas presents.
Gift to the Magi.
I'll sell them.
Oh, just
Like I'll sell them back. I'll return them,
mm-hmm.
and I'll just go all in on you. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody else that I got presents already, they're all getting returned.
It's gotta go. Eventually, that's the way this has got to be. Honestly, unless I can get my hands, unless there's more to Hitler's tea set that Tom Segura didn't get, it's gonna be very difficult for me to step things up for your birthday, for everything after this year.
I have one guess.
Okay.
No, it's not even.
You can't.
There's
You'll
one
never.
thing that you could get me. I think that would be the ultimate Christmas present, and I don't think they're real. So that's the problem.
What is it? What is it you want for Christmas?
I want the Silence Do-Good letters.
Wait. You think those aren't real?
Well, how are you gonna get them?
A heist? I don't know. I can get you. That would be. Well, you know what? Check if. Will you turn the TV on, Emily? Check if there's any like Silence Do-Good letters up for auction right now.
Where are
the Silence Do-Good letters?
Maybe
I can get
Franklin
you.
Institute.
Maybe I'll get you like a video chat with them, so you can visit them the way they're.
Wait,
the way
no,
that
this is a
grandparents-
lie. Okay, this is a lie. I said the Franklin Institute, and then I read it, and it said, found by John Adam Gates in an antique desk, donated by Patrick Henry Gates to Franklin Institute. That's from the movie.
Okay. That's from the movie. Yeah, but Silence Do-Good, Ben Franklin's name. Birth of Silence Do-Good. From National Treasure. Okay, so there isn't even a Franklin Institute?
Probably not.
Okay, but the letters are obviously real. Okay, yes, famous from National Treasure, used to decode a secret message. This is just information about them. It doesn't tell us
to what they believe was a real woman.
Wait, what?
Eventually, Ben's brother found out, and the column was discontinued. But the writings still exist today. Where
are they though?
The letters.
It's not saying.
They don't want us to know.
You can read them, but it doesn't.
Do good letters.
Sir, it may not be improper in the first place to inform your readers that I intend once a fortnight to present them by the help of this paper with a short old word which I presume will add somewhat to their entertainment. Okay.
I don't care. Sex.
Do you still want...
Said sex.
Oh yeah, he had Silence Dogood. She's a baddie. She was a baddie. Dude, that is crazy that people wrote into the paper being like, Silence Dogood, marry me. Yo, they were simps for Silence Dogood. You got it, Matthew. You should found that organization, Simps for Dogood. But people will be like, okay, it's like Simps for charity, but it's just Simps for Silence Dogood. I was just thinking the other day about Piss Yourself for the Troops. And I still think that that's a pretty, like, a genuine idea that we should maybe incorporate. But just, like, not, like, piss yourself for charity. We can do it for, like...
Yeah, we definitely don't piss ourselves enough. Well, I told you that I wouldn't participate in piss myself.
Yeah, I know.
But I'll MC it.
Here, Scab. MC, you think you have the... Man, it's going to take an elite MC.
I can MC Piss Yourself for charity.
I bet you're right.
We're just going to have everybody up on stage. Well, like everybody that's participating.
We got to do it like outside, probably.
Yeah, but you do it on a stage still. Like it's like a Bald for Bucks thing. You have a stage outside, and like people come watch you get your head shaved, like for Bald for Bucks.
No, I know.
No, people are gonna come watch everybody. Just 3, 2, or we could do it 2 ways. We could 3, 2, 1, and everybody just pisses at the same time.
Yeah.
Or you do it like competition style, like you piss your pants, like one at a time. You get called to the front of the stage, and you got to piss your pants.
Right. I think it's going to be easier if we do it everybody like at the same time because I think it's probably going to be harder to piss yourself in front of people than like you have to let go of something so physically and emotionally.
That's kind of that's.
I will say if I had to guess who's going to piss first, it's Ben, 100%.
See, I have no problem pissing in front of people. I say all the time, like I could stand at like the 50-yard line of like a professional football game and like if I, you know what I mean, and just pee wouldn't bother me.
You heard it here first, folks.
I would never do that, but like
teams got an offer out there for if anybody needs halftime for their high school football game.
I've just never been like I could pee right now.
Prove it, bitch. I'll do it. I'll piss right now.
Just to get it over with now, since we already had our Silence Dogood discussion.
Yeah.
The National Treasure TV series did air today.
Yep.
We have not watched it yet.
I watched the first episode.
You watched it already?
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
You sick bastard.
Well, I had to.
Well, I can't. I haven't had time.
Yeah, I know.
I'll watch it tonight.
I did the homework.
We'll talk.
Okay.
No, you got to start watching it on Thursdays because you can't always sit down at this table and be an episode ahead of me.
Ooh, that's going to be tough because I don't really have any other shows to watch. I'll try my best.
Watch NCIS.
Andy,
there's new seasons of NCIS on Paramount.
Every month there's a new full season of NCIS dropping on Paramount Plus. That would not surprise me one bit.
Maybe not every month, but there's new seasons. I am actually not even caught up on Tulsa King. An episode. I had a busy week. I was in Vegas, man.
Yeah, so you went there you left the airport for the first time.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, it was boots on the ground.
How was it? I know you had the tournament and stuff, so I wasn't sure if you guys got up to anything.
No, not really. I mean, obviously, if you're staying in a hotel, there's a casino there and stuff like that. The hotel we stayed in was one of it was off the strip a little bit. We had to stay off the strip, but it was still like a massive hotel and casino, sports book, movie theater.
Wow.
600-person bingo studio.
Ooh.
And a 64-lane bowling alley.
Jesus Christ.
What do you ever need that many lanes for?
I don't know. Yeah, at that
No.
point, you're just showing off.
Like, I think, like, Rapids is, like, maybe 32 lanes.
Something like that, yeah.
That's double.
Yeah.
No
Double
need for that
Rapids?
many
You don't
lanes.
need more than
No,
Rapids.
no.
You don't need more than
That
Rapids.
place has a lot of lanes.
Yeah, that's a...
That thing runs
You
deep.
know what, though? Dude, just the other day, I was, leaving work, and I was like, I'll tell you what, Tonawanda Lanes is always fucking packed.
Yeah, I've dabbled at Tonawanda Lanes a bunch, and somebody got shot there not too long ago.
Wow. So it's a real tourist attraction.
No, this was
That's
probably,
where,
this was over summer. But yeah, I think that happened.
That's where Takeoff got killed.
Yeah.
Tonawanda Lanes.
Yeah, he was just trying to put up a 300.
But it's always super busy in there.
Yeah, I've bowled there. I've midnight bowled there several times. I've sang karaoke at the bar there while waiting for a lane because you got to wait for lanes.
Bowling. Because let me tell you something that some people listening maybe already know. You maybe don't know this or can't relate to it, but when you're a young man who prefers reading to going outside, and you don't really you're not too attracted to sports, your parents kind of don't know what to do with you, so they just kind of try and toss you in the ring wherever it can go. That's why I played baseball for 1 year. The soccer thing, luckily I got out of because I was just too good with those Spider-Man webs. But archery, took an archery stint for a minute, which I was actually sick at.
You wanted to do archery, though, I feel like.
Yeah. But I was like...
I remember when you did archery.
I was too good. I was too damn good at archery.
That's like...
They had to take me out.
Can I interrupt this story for a quick message?
Yeah.
That's like Barney Stinson's mom. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
And How I Met Your Mother. Barney Stinson's mom used to write him letters from the postmaster general that said, like...
Oh, nobody
you got
come
caught
to your
because you
birthday
were
party?
too good. Yeah,
Oh,
and stuff
shit.
like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it's that same episode where he finds out who is, well, he
Just
thinks he finds out who his dad is, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, back to your story.
Oh, so one of the things that our parents signed me up for was a bowling league, and I did get to do it with two of my best
I was
pals.
going to say, I thought your friends did it, too.
But it still fucking sucked so bad. It was Saturdays at 8 in the fucking morning. You got boots... or not even boots, fucking rented ass shoes on the ground at 8 in the morning, going to Rapids, and it was before the fire, so it was still kind of dingy in there. And the only thing that kept me going was that you could eat French fries for breakfast. That was the one good thing. But God, it fucking sucked so bad. I think we'd only play like 2 games, like per this kids league or whatever. But boy, I'll tell you.
But there was like 4 guys to a team, like
yeah,
because I would come after hockey sometimes just to get some French fries.
Yeah, it was full. Yeah. It was full up. But my God, I just like because one of my friends, his dad, like was a good bowler, and I don't know if you know this, but I was a pretty angry child, and I was also not a very good bowler, which is a pretty tough combo. And when I would like not roll so well, this guy would like. Always have his fucking arms crossed and be like, come here. And I'd like go, and I'd be like, what is he going to say? And he's like, you got to keep your wrists straight. You got to keep your wrists straight when you go. And I'd just be standing there with my tiny 8-year-old fist clenched and my knuckles so fucking white. Like, this fucking guy's going to tell me how to bowl. Like, I don't need this shit. Obviously, I did, though, because my highest was a 73. But it was, God damn it, I was so mad.
I'm not a very good bowler either.
Dude.
And it pisses me off that people are good at it.
It makes you mad?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't like to lose.
The holidays are in full swing, folks, and that means all kinds of fun activities, going out, getting a tree, decorating Christmas cookies. But let's say you're having people coming over, decorating Christmas cookies, and you don't have enough frosting, or you forgot the food coloring or something like that. These are key elements. What are you going to do? They're going to be over any second. You don't have time to run to the grocery store. Relax. You can just use Instacart, and they will deliver whatever it is you're looking for right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. You don't even have to be getting groceries. Instacart will deliver all kinds of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores right to your front door. The best part is, right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you got to do is spend $10, and Instacart will deliver whatever you're looking for. No delivery fee. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Start making things easier on yourself, especially during the holiday season, and use Instacart today. If you're looking for any last-minute gifts this holiday season, look no further. You can find all kinds of great products right there at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. That's where we've got our merch for this show and for Schemin' and Dreamin' and for Quested. Those are the two other podcasts that we produce right here, okay? And it's a great way to support the show. We've got all kinds of cool stuff on there. Not just the hoodies, not just the tri-blend material t-shirts, okay, and the long sleeves. We've got a lot of cool accessories on there like slides, bucket hats, fanny packs, pint glasses, which are actually super awesome, and those like intense metal water bottles, all kinds of great stuff. And again, it's a great way to support the show while also doing something a little nice for yourself or somebody that you know. You can hit the link in this episode description or in our Instagram bio, or go and check out snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Okay, podcasting obviously is booming. I keep hearing McDonald's ads on podcasts. I keep hearing State Farm ads. These are like massive companies. They advertise on the Super Bowl and all this stuff, and it's awesome. It is awesome to see them moving into the podcast space because it shows how effective podcast advertising and all this stuff, and it's cool to see them move away from more traditional media like TV advertising and stuff into this realm. It's very cool. The problem is there's not really a market out there yet for smaller local companies to get in on the action, but that's where we come in. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. God, there's nothing like little kid anger. Because the body is so small that it just can't be contained. And oh my God, dude, I remember this one time. When I think back on like my time as a child, so much of it was like mom being like, "Don't embarrass me." But I remember being at Big Lots one time, and I probably didn't get something I wanted, and I was 5 years old. I remember it, and I was so fucking angry. No, I know what it was. So we were in the checkout line, and there was this big bag, blue cellophane, chocolate-covered pretzels. And I was like, wow, those would be delicious. Mama, could I have some chocolate-covered pretzels, por favor? She said, no. We didn't come to Big Lots, so you could eat chocolate-covered pretzels. We came for holiday knickknacks. Yeah. And I got my little body. I mean, I've never seen Dragon Ball Z, but I assume I was going Super Saiyan in this store. And it was on like one of those metal like poles, that they just got them all lined up. And it's on like a
rack of sorts.
Kind of a rack.
Like a checkout shelf rack.
Like a checkout shelf rack. And it's got like these metal poles are hooked into like the white things with the holes in them.
I know exactly
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm so angry. Like I know I can't like start screaming, but I have to do something. So I just like grab the rack that the chocolate covered pretzels are on, and I just push down on it so hard, and I'm like just like that little kid, like just fucking growling. I'm pushing down on it, and the thing fucking flies off. Chocolate covered pretzel bags go everywhere, and I'm like, oh fuck. And then, so now I'm angry and I'm crying because I know I'm in trouble. And mom just fucking grabbed me, and she's like, oh my God, stop embarrassing me. Let's just go. And she like left her full cart at the checkout, and we just went to the car. I blacked out after that. I assume I was beaten brutally, so I don't remember.
Our poor mother, the display.
Yo, do you remember?
My jaw hurts.
Do you remember that time when I'm trying to think how old we were. I bet you we were 5 and 4, maybe 5 and 6, and we were out running errands with Mom, and we were both in the back seat, and she had to run and make a deposit inside the bank real quick, and she was like, we were in like car seats or whatever, so she's like,
were we in the van?
We were in the van, and she was like, you guys just stay right here, like I can't bring you both into the bank and do this thing. Like just stay in the car. And she walks into the bank, and we're both sitting in the car for probably 15 seconds before we both start panicking. This man with a ponytail pulls up in his pickup truck right next to our mom's van. And at this point, we are inside the van sobbing. And we look over at this poor gentleman, and I start slamming on the window with my tiny 5-year-old fist, and I'm screaming, "Help us! Help us!" And this guy, dude, I'll tell you what, credit to him, because he got out of the pickup truck so calmly. He was like, hold on, and we're both boom, 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 like slamming on the window, screaming, "Help us!" to a stranger, a ponytailed stranger. And apparently, he walks into the bank, and he goes, "Who left 2 little kids in the car?" Like screams that at the bank, and Mom had to be like, "Sorry," and just kind of like scurry out of the bank, and she couldn't deposit her check.
And then we didn't eat that week.
And we didn't. We didn't have any food that week.
You know what's crazy about that is
so much.
you know me, I don't have many memories.
Yeah.
But I've, like, you saying that gave me like a vague flashback to remembering exactly that.
Oh, I remember it.
And the guy walked out of the bank to the car with Mom, right?
I don't remember that. Probably. I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah, just to
but you know what? It was the early 2000s. Things were different. You know, it was a lot easier.
People just started getting kidnapped.
Exactly.
So we were
like the Dahmer TV series was still decades away. We didn't know. We didn't know the possibilities. Yeah, good yawn. Good
That's
solid
funny.
yawn.
No, but now our poor mother.
Yeah, she's gonna hate this.
Yeah, I will say you have displayed her as quite the horrible.
And I'm
woman.
exaggerating.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating.
But it leads me to another point, though, that, like, I wish I would have known this when I was a lot younger. This goes to your chocolate-covered pretzel point. I wish we would have known when we were little our dad the way that we do now, because, I mean, you could speak for yourself, but I could tell you for free, I was way too afraid to ask him for anything as a child.
Yeah. I remember.
But he's the one that will say yes to absolutely anything.
You know, I think that's something that changed, like, maybe when I started high school or was in late middle school, because part of our dad's midlife crisis was not necessarily like the typical midlife crisis stuff. It was like, I have to buy my sons the best school snacks ever. Like, all of a sudden, I'd go into the basement, and I'd never had a Cosmic Brownie before. And Dad was like, have you seriously never tried this? I'm like, you buy all my food.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I eat.
What are you guys, fucking broke? You never had a fucking Cosmic Brownie?
Broke-ass bitches.
Yeah. Kicks you down the stairs.
Yep.
Pussy.
You'll never have an Xbox 360 if I have anything to say about it. Even if I win one for free, I'll hide it from you for months. You fucking... Get the hell down there.
Yeah. Little did we know he was down in the basement every time he could when we were asleep.
But
gaming.
dude, for real, I'm sure that a lot of people had this experience. I remember one time very specifically being at Deacon Millo's and looking into the donut case and seeing some great looking donuts and be like, Mom, can I please get a donut? And she was like, ask your dad. And I just didn't have a donut. It was just it's like, I guess I'm not getting a donut.
No.
Because I remember Dad was like looking at bread like this. And I was like, I'm not walking over. Like, I'll go hungry, please. No, I'm fine with just lemon peels and water.
Yeah.
Instead of having to ask for something.
I used to take milk and this is a true story.
How's this gonna go?
I used to take milk and
No. Just say it. Just say it. No prefacing. Just go.
Okay. Then I'll backtrack. I used to take milk and sprinkle a little bit of sugar in it and dunk my toast in it because you know how good. Did you ever dunk your toast in milk like when you were eating like sugared cereal?
No.
Oh man, if you were to like eat like a sugary cereal, not like a cereal that would dye the milk. Yeah, I would say that's a good example. Or like a frosted cereal.
Yeah.
And then you dunk your toast in the milk. It's like sweet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when we wouldn't have sugared cereal in the house, I would just not eat cereal. I would just pour sugar into a bowl with milk.
Yeah.
And I would just dunk my toast in it.
And
then I would just dump the milk down the drain.
That's some.
I'm not gonna drink sugar milk. It's fucking crazy.
You made it. My own invention, sugar milk. It's turned against you. You're like Victor Frankenstein.
I guarantee you, there's people out there that know what I'm talking
control.
about. Though you never dip, dude. The best part about a Saturday breakfast used to be dipping your toast in the milk.
The best part of a Saturday
Yes.
breakfast?
Yes.
That's some Depression era shit.
No.
Like,
I like that stuff.
once a month, the goose grease man would come around and we'd get a little treat.
By the way, the Moe's in Niagara Falls, they're opening. I just fucked up. The old Pizza Hut in Niagara Falls, they're opening a Moe's in that building, which is a little sad.
Yeah.
Moe's is good, but Pizza Hut
Was the best. The Pizza Hut restaurants, which
that's
not
a
a
problem.
lot of. They're bringing a couple of them
No,
back.
but they're not restaurants. They're like real life Pizza Hut to goes. Like, I don't even think they're gonna have buffets.
No. Yeah, that's the thing because there are. That sucks because the Pizza Hut to goes. The Pizza Hut, like sitting down at a Pizza Hut, was the best. Do you remember how dangerous those booths were?
Yes. And do you remember the little holes in the wall that were like obviously drywall screws because they literally put like fake bricks on the walls?
Yeah.
But we thought that darts came out of them.
Yeah. Indiana Jones style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. God, places were the best.
And you would every time.
For some reason, you're reminding me.
You were always the perfect height to fuck yourself up on those things.
Those things were like whoever designed those booths hated children.
Yeah.
Was like, I'm going to take the money to make this Pizza Hut because, I need to buy heroin or whatever people buy these days. But I'm going to make sure that every kid who sits down never forgets that they, who loved the Pizza Hut? Mennonites. They were there every time I went to Pizza Hut. There was a huge ass family of Mennonites. Yes, and the difference between Mennonites and Amish is Mennonites are allowed to wear Jordans. Because I walked in there and I was like, "Holy shit, that Amish kid's got Jordans on," and Dad was like, "No, that's Mennonites."
At what point in your life do you just instantly get downloaded with like all of that knowledge? Like, because I feel like you could ask any like 50-year-old guy questions like that, and he would just spit the answer out. Like, it would be nothing.
One day you just wake up and the difference between Amish and Mennonites.
Yeah.
God, life is sad.
That Pizza Hut, I have a super specific memory of. I had to have like a serious. Speaking of our father, I had to have like at the time, what seemed like a very serious conversation with him about something hockey related, and like him and I were just gonna like go somewhere and talk
That's
about
where
it.
business was done.
And he was like, "Where do you want to go?" I was like, "Pizza Hut."
Yeah.
So we had it in that. Yeah,
That's nice.
I could tell you the exact booth. Like, it was on like the parking lot, the door side, second booth in.
That's a good booth.
Yeah.
That's a really good spot.
And we'd have to pause our serious conversation every time like some fresh breadsticks came out to the buffet. Do you remember the concoction that I used to make
from the salad bar?
Yeah.
Kind of.
To this day, I dream about it. Like, it was that good.
That was the Pizza Hut.
Do you want to know what it was?
Buffet. I think let me see if I remember. Cottage cheese.
Yes.
Peaches.
Yes.
Potato chip sticks.
Yes.
But there was more?
Yes.
Okay, what else? Sunflower seeds. Hell yeah.
Sunflower seeds.
Dude, that Pizza Hut salad bar fucking ruled.
Dude, it was cottage cheese with the canned peaches that they had in the little bin. Potato chip sticks, which don't even exist anymore.
No, God.
And sunflower seeds. And it was like the perfect concoction of like savory, sweet, salty, like, I mean, just an all-time mashup.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people probably think that's disgusting, but it is. I mean, it's if I could find all those ingredients, I would buy them to make it myself. It probably wouldn't taste as good. Like there's something about Pizza Hut cottage cheese. I bet you. Like
you got to leave.
Maybe
it out
the only
for a while.
restaurant ever that serves cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
like people got a bone to pick with cottage. Every once in a while, if I'm splurging at the grocery store, I'll buy a tub of cottage cheese.
Oh man, I haven't had cottage cheese in so long.
I love cottage cheese.
I want.
Why don't I haven't had in a long time is creamed corn.
I was just that. Yeah, those two things go hand in hand.
When's the last time
I was
going to
say the exact same thing. When we were like, the last time I had cream corn, our bedtime was before the sun went down. That's the last time I remember having cream corn from the Jolly Green Giant can in the cupboards in our parents' old kitchen. Man,
creamed corn.
Stuff used to be pretty cool. I'll say that. And I like stuff now, but stuff used to be pretty cool then too.
It's also a lot better when you don't have to do any of it.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing about being a young child.
You don't have to buy your own cottage cheese. It's just delivered to you.
Yeah.
you
just open the fridge and there's cottage cheese there.
Yep, hell yeah.
And you're like, oh, free cottage cheese. Let's eat all of it.
Can I tell you? No, I won't. I won't even say a word about the National Treasure show.
No, yeah, don't.
Like
I'm
the
gonna
first
watch it when
the very first frame, like the first.
Was
image.
it good? Tell me if it was good.
I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not. That's where I would never go. But the first frame.
Are you excited for the second episode?
Yes. Well, I'm ready to watch it. The second.
Stop being so fucking cryptic.
I'm
bro.
not gonna. First of all, it's National Treasure. It's all about cryptic, and just the first frame.
There's
just
only
the first
one
frame.
out though. There's not two out.
There are two out.
Woo!
Yes. 2
An
episode
hour
premiere. 45 minutes or something like that.
So I got an hour and a half of.
I don't know how long the second one is, but the first one's like 45. That's the only one I watched. But just the first
better not
frame.
do that.
Just the first frame.
First frame.
The first frame is just a title card that says 2001 on it, and I was like, no way. 9/11 National Treasure. There's a treasure buried under the towers. But no, they didn't do that. I was like, fuck. I wish I was
that's
watching.
soft of them.
Yeah, that's
they got
right.
that was the plan.
Really
They
go
got
for it.
scared, changed the entire show, and then they forgot to cut out the very beginning from when they first
Probably
recorded.
like that, man.
Yeah.
You ever see that banned Spider-Man poster from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man? It was like one of the first posters released. It's literally just like Spider-Man's face, and the whole fucking poster is just the reflection
Of his eye?
in Spider-Man's eye
Yeah.
of the two towers. And then 9/11 happened, and they were like, we got to call the graphic designer.
We got to change this poster.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. Do
Do you have any strong what do you? Because I know you don't like basketball, but how do you feel about Charles Barkley?
And him? Is he's on the panel? That
Yeah,
TNT
he's on.
panel?
Yeah,
Is he the one that is always talking about the Atlanta girls?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah. I think he's funny.
Yeah,
He definitely says some things that I understand why, today's culture, people are like, you can't say that.
right.
But at the same time, I feel like the people that get upset at that stuff aren't watching the sport. They are the ones watching the clips of it sometimes. And that's not to say everybody, if you are a basketball fan and you don't like that, then you have the right to express that. But I think, because I think of it like Paul Bissonnette is now on TNT's NHL broadcast, and he says crazy shit. He will catch himself every episode, saying something about burying one in his belly button or something, talking about jerking off randomly, or bukkake. He said bukkake. He was talking about bukkake the other day.
That's crazy.
Shit that 5 years ago would have never ever been brought up in the world of sports.
Tweet out that apology immediately.
Well, but I like it more though because
oh no, I know
it's so natural. Think about when you're having a conversation with your buddies and you're talking about sports,
and we're talking, and bukkake's just gonna.
Yeah,
come
you're
up.
just talking
There's
about
no way
bukkake.
around it. There's no way around it.
And and that's the thing is, not only do they talk about it like humans, but they also have the knowledge of people who played the sport. You know what I mean? So you get both elements of it. You get, some hot takes, but you also get relevant information because they know what they're talking about. And then you also get the behind the scenes look of it, like the stories, the stuff that goes on that, again, 5-10 years ago, until 5-10 years ago, nobody ever talked about,
Bukkake.
Well, I just mean like, what they were doing. Like everybody knew what they were doing, but nobody was ever talking about like, oh, remember that time? Like we went out after that game and stuff like that. Now they're like having those conversations, like even in like their I don't know, for the NBA, do they do like a pregame interview with like a player or something like that?
I don't think they do pregame ones.
Because they do that
sure.
in the NHL, like during warm-ups, like they'll have like a guy mic'd up and they'll do like a pregame interview like while they're warming up. That's part of it's kind of new, but they've always done that. And they'll like shoot the shit with them pretty much. Like they get guys that have good personalities and they'll like obviously talk to them about the game, but they'll also talk about like other things and like what that person has going on social media, right? Like if they're doing something. And I don't know, I don't watch basketball really, so I don't see Charles Barkley that much, but when I see clips of him, it usually makes me laugh.
Oh yeah.
And they talk, like the NHL guys talk about like how easy it was for them to transition into going to TNT because there was no like fear, you know what I mean? Like they knew they could just go on and let it fly, and that's why they're good at what they do too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that because the NBA on TNT panel is awesome. Like they're all just goofing around, having a good time. And I was like, that's probably the best one. But the only thing that held me back from saying that was because I know Biz was on. I didn't realize it was a TNT broadcast, but I knew it was on something. I was like, that guy's fucking really good, and that guy can bring it. And I think that in hockey especially, like it's all culture is so important, and it's such a deep, rich hockey culture. You know what I? It honestly is though. But Charles Barkley. Yeah, I just was curious if you had any thoughts on him because I think he's so goddamn funny. You ever see the video of him when he got his DUI?
No.
He gets pulled over, and the cop goes to the window, and Barkley's obviously he's smashed, and he's like, "Hey, a couple of where are you headed, sir?" And Charles Barkley is like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, officer. I'm going to get my dick sucked," and he's like, "Sir, if you ever had your dick sucked by this woman, you would understand why I'm driving drunk. It's the funniest fucking thing." He's like, "I know it's not right. But this fucking dude, I'm telling you, like it's a great DUI video."
One of the all times.
Absolutely, I'd say because I love the Johnny Damon one.
Yeah,
from,
that one was
earlier this year. That one cracks me up.
Yeah.
Blue Lives Matter, or whatever the fuck he's saying. But oh my god, that shit's so funny. But Charles Barkley's is all time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just how like that thing about him with the San Antonio woman when they tell him they're like, you have to stop talking about San Antonio woman, and he just can't stop bringing it up.
Yeah, he's just like they gotta stop eating churros.
Yeah, I feel like they had to stop going to like broadcasting San Antonio games because it was either that like he was never gonna stop. Like you were either gonna have to fire him or stop going.
I mean, look, man, you travel like he played in the NBA for years, and like when you're traveling around all that time, you're visiting San Antonio a couple times a year and all kinds of other cities all over the country. Like the man knows.
It's just so funny to me, especially because they like this big thing came out and they were like, you got to stop doing that. And then like the very next time, like he even remotely San Antonio crossed his mind. It was the first thing that came out of his mouth.
They do a great show because it's just like, they're just hanging out. It's like a tiny podcast.
Yeah.
But they have to like actually get to something.
Yeah, the NHL one I would say isn't quite like that. It's good. It's like the best. How
many former players are on the panel?
I don't know. At least. Well, it's tough to say because sometimes when Biz isn't there, Henrik Lundqvist does it. I don't know if Henrik Lundqvist does it when Biz is there. But Wayne Gretzky's on it too. So, I mean, that would be at least 3, 4. I think it's almost all but 1 or 2. I'd have to look up the panel. I don't know. I'd have to think.
All right. Because that's probably the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, and then I'm like the way that the reason that the NBA on TNT thing works is because you have these three guys who are so good, and then you have Ernie Johnson, who's the fucking man, but is also such a great broadcaster.
Yeah.
To hold everything together. Ernie Johnson fucking rules. He's a great dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think that basketball is definitely was the first league to really go all in on that, because I think football is starting to and hockey's trying to, but they're still very like Big J of them in like the way that they broadcast, and they like won't let that die.
Yeah.
And the people who, I think people want to see it die. Like I feel like the more like traditional people are in situations like that now, like the more it kind of drives people nuts. They're like, we don't want to hear the same monotone voice. Like if you're a fan of a team, be a fan of a team. Don't be a homer, but like,
sure,
I don't know.
No, it's that way across all.
And like, do you know who Jack Edwards is?
No.
Jack Edwards is the play-by-play announcer for the Boston Bruins, and like people fucking hate this dude. Like they think that like, the hockey community hates this guy because he is like just a dumbass. Like you got to look up like his like worst calls of all time. Like he just says stupid shit, and like it's not stuff that like I would get offended by, and people do, and that's why some people don't like him. But he's just dumb. Like he's a homer to another level. And it's like embarrassing to listen to him talk sometimes.
I like this using Homer as like a derogatory term for morons.
No,
you mean like Homer Simpson, right?
No, like a homer, like a home job, like he
calls.
He's a Bruins fan that calls the Bruins games, and like everything that happens to him is like the most egregious thing he's ever seen in his life. Like like the simplest play is like amazing, and like the smallest little tripping penalty, like the dude should be expelled from the league. Like he should be suspended indefinitely. This dude murdered, jail, the whole night. And like, but this is how he talks, and he truly means it. And it's like the most asinine thing to listen to ever. It sucks. Even Bruins fans don't like him.
Yeah, I always hate that sort of thing too. Much like watching football and stuff. Man, yeah, that's brutal. Should we do the who would win?
We can do who would win.
Let's get on into it. I'm just looking at the stickers. It's just in my eyeline or whatever. While I'm thinking about Slobby Robbie.
Rob!
I just can't wait to start talking about Slobby. The who win of the week this week is Slobby Robbie versus Chumley. If you don't know who Slobby Robbie is, there was a show on Netflix one season called Slobby's World, and it was fucking amazing. It's got this guy. His name is Slobby Robbie, and he is oh man, if you know what Garbage Pail Kids are, he's a human Garbage Pail Kid, but he's dressed in like bootleg Gucci and like crazy chains. It's also impossible to guess his age. He's either like 30 or 60. You cannot tell how old this man is. His show on Netflix was insane. He owns like a vintage shop is like what it's called, and he's got all kinds of like vintage sports stuff, vintage toys, a lot of like jewelry, and essentially though, like throughout the period of this show, what you see is this guy's whole business plan is just buying shit super cheap and then selling it to people for an insane markup. Like there's this episode where he goes to a flea market, and the people at this local flea market will not sell to him because they know him because he's been around so much. So he has to get his friends to walk and like haggle with these people because they will not sell to Slobby Robbie. And he sends his one friend into this woman's like tent or whatever to buy a Ralph Lauren polo stand-up thing, an old display horse. It is a cool piece, but so his friend ends up buying it from the lady for like $25, $50 maybe. And 2 episodes later, Slobby's like, I've got this polo collector I know. He's going to love all this new shit that I'm bringing him. He brings that display that he bought for $50 and sells it to this motherfucker for $500. And the guy's like, yeah, absolutely. If I was that guy watching Slobby Robbie's show, man, I'd be calling that man. Right away. But when I discovered this show, because I'm sure it's still on Netflix, and it's so goddamn funny. Did not get a second season, even though Slobby said it would. But he's a shyster. Slobby's the ultimate shyster. And Bless you.
Sorry.
When I discovered it, this is when I was inhaling more dab pen vape than I was actual oxygen, and I was like, this show is incredible. And I actually called Netflix to be like, keep Slobby's World going. And their whole music was the Stranger Things
Theme
song. Yeah.
You got through? Who'd you talk to?
So I called Netflix, and I'm like, oh my, and I'm so high, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the Stranger Things. Is their whole music? This is crazy. And then this woman answers the phone, and she's like, hello, this is Amanda. And I just hung up. I panicked. I got too nervous. I was like, I can't waste this poor lady's time. I'm so scared. The whole music threw me off. I liked it too much.
Wow.
So I bet you know what? If I had called, maybe they would have kept Slobby's World going, and that guy still would have a TV show. But Jesus Christ,
this article I clicked on, I have to try to click on another article because I've been on the same one for so long, and I want to try to find that. So I tried to look up his stats, age, height, weight, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Name, Slobby Robbie. This is a website, informationcradle.com, and like houses celebrity information. Name, Slobby Robbie. Age, not available. Birthday, unknown. Height, not known.
Yeah.
This is what it says for his height. Slobby Robbie stands an average height and moderate weight. He appears to be quite tall in stature in his photos relative to his surroundings. However, details regarding his actual height and other body measurements are currently not publicly available. We are keeping tabs and will update this information once it is out. That's what this article
Slobby
says.
Robbie is literally like the... not hipster, but like a Gucci hipster Tommy Wiseau. Like, nothing is known about him. And also, he's not moderate height.
He's got a girlfriend.
Slobby Robbie, yeah, and she's smoking, so I don't know how that
His
fucking
ex-girlfriend
works.
is why he's got influenced into wearing vintage clothes. It's an article about Slobby Robbie.
But there's almost no known information about him. However, I think he's still a good guy to go against Chumley because, for one thing, like working at the pawn shop, working at the vintage store, like pretty good, comparison there. They're both hefty guys, without a doubt. Like Slobby Robbie's a big dude. And also, Chumley, he's had his troubles with the law. Like he's been locked up for coke and stuff.
This is pre-meth Chumley.
Oh, it was meth? I thought
Might
it was
have been.
cocaine. I'm pretty sure it was cocaine. Slobby Robbie seems like his blood is more cocaine than it is plasma.
Slobby Robbie, for those of you who don't know who he is, I've been doing a lot of Googling over here, but I would explain him as like Chumley exactly if Chumley was like a hype beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Like if Chumley had like a sideways fanny pack on.
Yes.
Crossbody fanny pack.
He really is hype beast Chumley.
Yeah.
I think that Slobby initially is going to come out of the gate with a lot more energy than Chumley, but I don't know how much stamina Slobby Robbie actually has, and I do think that Chumley, slow and steady, might win this race for Chumley.
I'm just trying to find out exactly. Sorry, I'm trying. So he got arrested, but he pleaded guilty, and he was just put on probation.
Nice.
For illegal
use of the
weapons
hands.
and drug charges. He had an MP5, like a submachine gun,
Jesus
and
Christ.
some drugs.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else.
They go
They
hand
didn't
in
say
hand.
what kind of drug, so
Sure.
we'll leave that up to your
I'm pretty sure.
imagination.
Yeah.
gonna go with
Whatever
meth,
drug.
so.
I think it was. I mean, it does seem like meth, but I think it was
So-
cocaine.
I feel like I'm going to say right off the bat, I think Chumley wins this fight because Slobby Robbie is the dude who is in the club, like, I'll go you anytime, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's jumping up and down, like
right about
going
that.
nuts, like being all up in people's face, like thinking like he's the shit. But when push comes to shove, he's the first dude to be like, oh, fuck the cops, bro, and like run.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Chumley, as dumb as he is, has like a little bit of redneck in him as well. So I feel like he would just swing. Like he would just punch him.
Yeah.
He would just hit him. And I can guarantee that Slobby Robbie cannot take a punch. I can guarantee you that.
100%. Well, for one thing, his fucking grills would cut up his face more
Like,
than your hand would.
That dude, I would almost bet my life on, is a bitch.
However, if Chumley cuts his hand enough on all of Slobby's bling, he could bleed out.
Could bleed out.
Slobby's basically wearing body armor at all times.
I don't even know if Chumley's blood vessels will work, though, is the thing. Those things are probably clotted to the gills. So
that's a fair point.
I would guess that he doesn't have to worry about his hands bleeding.
What I will say in favor of Slobby Robbie, though, is Chumley, he pals with like the son or whatever, like Rick's son or like it seems like he just kind of like
they were like
fell into that
friends.
job. Yeah, I think he was like just fell into this job working at this pawn shop with his friend's dad,
but
and
I
then
think
all of a
I
sudden,
imagine like in school, like they were just the two largest kids, and they just became friends.
Yeah, that's probably 100%.
Because like the
Working
son
that D-line
slimmed
together.
down a ton and was like looking decent.
Son
but
doesn't look half bad.
in the early episodes of that show, like the
Brutal.
first season,
Brutal.
I mean, he is a unit.
Yeah, 100%.
Like he's got to be like 6'4", 350.
Yeah,
I
he's
bet.
heavy. But so Chumley just kind of fell into like a very lucky situation, which seems to be how he lives his life. Slobby Robbie, and I love Slobby Robbie, but that dude's a fucking scumbag through and through. For as much of a scumbag as he is, he also hustles. He hustles
he does
big
hustle.
time.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
He
Like,
doesn't stop.
it is like a little bit of a ripoff, but there is a market for that stuff because he's the one that is going out and finding this stuff. That's why he can mark it up and sell it, because the people that are trying to get rid of it are too lazy to try to find the right buyer.
Right.
And the right buyer's too lazy to go out and try to hunt for it themselves. Like, so he is pretty much a contact between the people who want this specific, niche things and everybody else in the world who's just getting rid of their junk.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand it. You say, oh, he spent he sold this thing for $500. He bought it for $50. But when you think about it, there's probably an extended period of time that he was searching for that polo stuff that, he has to make X amount of money for it to be profitable, because he's wasting his days digging through flea markets and the internet and trying to find people that are having garage sales or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, look, he definitely knows his market. Like,
he's a good businessman.
He's not dumb. He's not dumb. And Chumley is dumb.
So we'll call him a good businessman.
Yeah.
And Chumley is dumb, but Slobby Robbie to me seems like soft. Like he seems like I don't know that he's ever walked the walk in that sense. Like, I bet you he tells everybody he's ever met that he could beat their ass, but I don't think he's ever beaten anybody's ass. And I bet you Chumley's beating somebody's ass. You don't carry around an MP5.
That's a good call, because, honestly, as much as I think this matchup looks good at first glance, Slobby Robbie's...
This is a poster fight. This is a poster fight.
Yeah, 100%. Slobby Robbie's number one tool has always been his brain and his words. That's how he's made his way through life to the top. Chumley does not have the skill in that area. There's something left to be desired. So it's really like same body, nature versus nurture almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like two sides of the same coin, Slobby and Chumley.
And like,
Slobby
could like, kind of mentally put Chumley in a pretzel, and Chumley would kind of be like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, don't be doing this." You know what I mean?
I don't know that he would, though, because I think you're right about Slobby. Just so hyping himself up for this fight, and Chumley like, okay, I've seen this a million times before. Like, I will actually fight. I don't need to like talk. So, man, I really thought I was gonna pick Slobby on this one. Fuck. I wanted Slobby to win so bad. I want Slobby Nation, buddy. But no, Chumley is whooping him. Chumley is whooping him on
Slobby
this.
Nation.
Slobby Nation.
There's a lot of people that are going to get to see Slobby Robbie's face for the first time when this graphic comes out.
And they're going to be like,
stunned.
what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like,
they're going to be like, who is fighting Chumley in this fight? Because everybody knows who Chumley is.
Did Yukon Cornelius go fucking crazy or something like that?
Yukon Cornelius.
Yep. Had a handgun. I'm
going to start watching some Christmas movies sometime soon.
Trying to think if I watched it. I saw a little bit of the Jim Carrey.
Have you watched the new Santa Claus TV series?
No, have you?
No.
I saw a couple minutes of it. because our mom started to like watch it,
Oh.
and I thought it was pretty good for those first couple minutes. But I want to watch the whole thing to see it. Bernard's back, baby. Bernard is back.
And I saw I saw like a trailer piece where when he's like, "Why do you look so old?" He's like, I'm 1,600 years old. He's like, but he fell in love with a human woman.
What?
And he gave up elfhood, so that's why he's aging.
That is a huge reveal.
Well, that I saw like it
was in a trailer.
It was in a video that I saw on the internet. Could have been not a trailer.
That's
sorry
a huge
for the spoiler.
That's a huge spoiler.
No,
where Bernard? Yeah, it is,
if
man.
it's on the internet,
The
it's not a
whole
spoiler.
reason that I was giving this show credit was because Bernard is back in the scene.
My brain is so warped by the internet that it never even occurred to me that was a spoiler. Like, it just occurred, like, that was just...
Oh, it's out there. Everybody.
That's probably like the first 5 minutes of the first episode.
It is not. It is not. Because he's got a whole ass family, which... That's so fucking crazy because Santa's kids...
That's literally the conversation. It's the very first time Bernard comes on the set.
But who knows when that actually happens in the show.
The last episode.
That would be such a great way to start episode 2.
That's the very last episode.
There's only 2 episodes. It's a 2-episode event.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
How long are the epis?
Like an hour. Special 2-episode event. But that's... It's
out there now.
I
and
can't
there was
fucking
no
believe
spoiler alert beforehand.
Nope.
So I just ruined it for a lot of people.
God, Bernard. God damn it. What a beautiful man. That's a fucking great...
I guarantee you that happens in the first 10 minutes.
No, it doesn't. Because I'm pretty sure I saw the first 10 minutes, and that's not what happens.
Or you missed it. That's how early it was.
Because I don't know what... Oh, no, it's kind of like an elf. You know how, like, Christmas is losing its... People are not believing or whatever?
Well, that's how the Santa Claus starts, too. The first Santa Claus.
No, but this is like the whole world is like losing their faith in Santa Claus. It was a lot of fun minutes that I watched. But so Santa, his kids in the show are like, his son is like 16 fucking years old. I'm like, this 16-year-old kid has had no socialization with anyone his own age. Like, his mom has been his only
Santa,
teacher.
You mean?
Tim what the fuck's his name? Tim Allen. Yeah, Tim
Allen.
Allen.
His son went to school.
Oh no, not Charlie. He's got 2 new kids with Carol.
The girl. Okay.
Spoiler. No, that's legitimately in the trailer, man. It's on the fucking poster.
So is the guy. What's his name?
Bernard.
Bernard's on the fucking.
Yeah, but his wife's not Bernard's smoking hot wife. I assume.
How do you know?
I assume she's gorgeous. Bernard deserves a fucking queen.
I bet you he likes him thick.
Bernard, hey, if Bernard likes a little extra milk and cookies, that's on Bernard, baby, okay? You can't fault him for that. All right, at least he's out there. You think Curtis couldn't get pussy if his life depended on it.
By the way, we forgot to say this. I just have to say it. 2-0. Chumley over Slobby Robbie. Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Who won the week? We never ended it. His segment was still going.
Yeah, this is all part of it.
Yeah.
Bernard versus Chumley. Dude, the Who Would Win tournament is coming up fast.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I don't even. You got to
get my poster ready or the whiteboard ready.
Was that my whiteboard that we brought, or is it?
No, I bought one.
It's not that one.
No, it's in the closet. It's still. I kept the bracket written on it. I'm literally just like touching up where it needs.
Do we have the right numbers this year?
What do you mean?
Bracket wise? Because remember last year we were off by 1 because
I don't know.
There was no. I don't remember.
I think we got it. However it
yeah.
is. I know I should make a digital one, but there's no way I'm gonna find the time to do that.
Just Google bracket.
Yeah, I guess. But all right, maybe I'll do that. Then we could probably put it on that TV.
Yeah.
We could probably get it on we could get it on both of these TVs, so we don't have to we can just look at that one.
Yeah.
No, it won't matter because that camera's. This is all not important to this podcast. I will say, how long have we been going?
All right. 56 minutes. We're wrapping it up.
I made some Christmas cookies over the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Sunday. I don't have my fucking phone.
Come on.
I wanted to show you the pictures of the ones I
never
made.
saw any pictures.
It took me 3 hours. I made 6 cookies. And they're so cool, Matthew.
I gotta see them.
Because you know me.
I love going. Yeah.
I like to decorate the gingerbread men as like characters. I love making them into like different superheroes. Is probably my favorite. We've done like Steve Urkel and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and stuff before, just like cool shit and stuff. And I want to make more so bad. I want to decorate more gingerbread men so bad.
I'm decorating on Sunday.
What time? Oh, you don't know? I'm gonna be in town on Sunday, but I'll be doing some stuff here for a while. But God damn it, I'm like fiending, because my fiance also missed out on the decorating. She's like, man, I'm jealous. I sent her a picture, and I was like, I will go buy pre-made gingerbread men right now, and just sit for hours, like boom, 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 like making all these characters. I get so into the detail work. I use a toothpick.
Who'd you make?
I made
Stiltsman.
Now I have to. A Stiltman gingerbread? Because here's the thing, man. How many of those do you think are going to get made this year in the entire world? 0. So we'd have the only one.
We'd be one of
that's
one.
Sick. That's so cool. I made the... This is super nerdy, so forgive me. But Justice Society of America, my favorite superhero team, they years ago, their title, like, they stopped making new issues. The guy who wrote that last series, Jeff Johns, one of the most famous comic book writers, is back. There's a new Justice Society title that just started last month.
What's Justice Society?
It's like...
Is it its own, like, entity?
Oh, no, it's DC. Okay. It's DC. And so I made, like, a bunch of, like, original characters from, like, the 1940s Justice Society or whatever. And they look so fucking cool. And I'm like, there's maybe a couple of, like, some of these dudes, but there's a couple of them that I'm like a Dr. Midnight. I don't think you're going to see another Dr. Midnight cookie this whole year.
No, I would almost guarantee I'm not going to. Who are the oones that some people maybe did make?
Maybe Dr. Fate, because a version of him was in the Black Adam movie. So actually people probably didn't make it. But the Golden Age Flash, Golden Age Green Lantern, maybe those ones.
But you made them the Golden Age ones. Like, does that mean their costume is like that's what it's based off of?
Yeah, yeah. And they're like different. They're like different dudes. So my God, I think because I was decorating the cookies with our mom and our cousin.
Well,
and
that's the
they
thing,
made a ton of them.
Well, and Shannon,
dude, some of her cookies were
is
so
fucking
good.
unreal at art stuff.
Yes, and some of her cookies were crazy because she was also making like real Christmas cookies. Like she wasn't just fucking obsessing over bullshit.
She has actual like artistic thoughts in her brain.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
Just like DC Comics.
Yeah, which is mostly what has been happening in my head. But it's been super fun. But I think they were getting mad at me because like I said, I only made 6 cookies and there were so many cookies, man. And I only made 6.
They were pissed?
Yeah, I think so. Because especially like I was so obsessed, and like when we sat down to start frosting, I'm like, we were laughing so much, joking around, and then I had to do like some of the detail work, and it was like anything could have been going on outside and I would not have paid attention. Fucking Joe Biden himself could have flown Air Force One onto the lawn and I would have been like, I need to make the right purple for Green Lantern's cape, which was an intense moment for me.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did. It looks so good. I got
to see these pictures. I'll be the judge. We'll put them on Instagram.
The kind of thing,
put them on our Instagram.
It's the kind of thing like I sent it to my buddy, even who probably likes comics. Yeah. And even he was kind of like, "Oh, that's really cool." Anyways, like all this stuff, I was like, "Fuck, I'm drifting out. I'm drifting out to sea. I'm going into unmanned territory out here with this." But it's so cool.
Listen, I appreciate your efforts. I just hope that they actually do look good, because if they don't, then
they don't look like insanely good, but they do look, I would say, very good for like a child.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some cool cookies. I'm definitely making a Sabres Goat Head jersey cookie.
Can I say something weird about that?
What?
Real quick, because that's like the black and white one, right? So Will you pull up that logo on your phone real quick?
Yes.
I mean, I might have you toss this one into the actual video, Emily, like we talked about last week. But this was like the logo that we grew up with. So I'm just pulling it up so I can show you this. Until they brought it back with like the throwback jerseys or whatever that they've been doing, the way that I saw this logo was very, very different.
Well,
Can I see what you're looking at?
The new one is different than the old one.
What was the old one?
Here, I'll show you all three.
Okay, yeah, so it's similar enough though. So the way that I saw this,
Yeah, I already know what you're gonna say, but keep going for the.
Oh,
listeners.
really?
Yeah.
have other people seen it like this before? This is the mouth?
People that I make fun of have pointed that out. Like
That's what I thought for like our whole lives. I was like, this logo makes no fucking sense. Like, why is this thing I'm looking at? Because it looks really sad if you look at it from that way. Like, it just looks like a very sad monster with a horn.
Now you finally see it.
And now I finally see it the other way, and I'm like, it's blowing my mind. I feel like a huge idiot, but it's
you're not the
super
only
weird.
person that has had that take, but you are
Okay, wow.
dumb for it.
Yeah,
in
no,
my opinion.
100%. But it's so weird. It's like that, when like, do you see like a vase or two faces looking at each other? Like that's exactly what it is.
That's what you've been trying to figure out your whole life. Yeah, I'm gonna make that on a cookie. It's gonna look like shit.
That's cool though. That's cool. Just a toothpick, man. That's your best friend is a toothpick.
Yeah, I've tried to draw that logo. Well, I probably haven't tried to draw it in 15 years, but in the first 10 years of my life or so, I probably tried to draw it 10,000 times, and it looked like shit every single time I ever tried to draw it.
It's a tough one.
It's the same thing with like, dude, I'm just not good at. I'm not artistic. I'm not good at drawing.
You make up for it in other ways.
I'm more
Autistic?
than artistic. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, but I was like,
Yeah.
maybe poor taste.
Nah.
Um,
It's a scheming and dreaming line.
yeah. Have they said that before?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, I stole it from them. They said it, not me. Andy, you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I know.
It's been a good one though.
It's been a good one. And we got Christmas coming up next week.
That's fucking crazy. I can't believe that. Because today,
it's Christmas time in
what's
the city.
tomorrow's the 15th. That's 10 days till Christmas.
Better get your presents, boy.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We got to figure out what our schedule is
Yeah.
going to be. So we better get out of here.
All right, Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here.